Hello everybody, Pinstripe here. What is going on? Welcome back to the Hogshead podcast here on episode 4. As I'm sure you've guessed from the title, we're going to be talking about Hogs of War Reheated, touching on the same points that I made in the previous video, but just in a bit more detail, as well as discussing some other things Hogs of War news related. So if you haven't heard or you've been living under a rock recently, the Hogs of War Reheated project basically started off as a student thing that snowballed into getting a publisher and becoming an official project that is going to be released for PS4, and that is the plan. It is at the moment just a port for the PS4, which is unfortunate for us PC gamers, but I mean, I'm sure I can wait. I'm sure that there'll be, further development with other types of consoles and other types of releases, i.e. PC, because the PC version, as we know, doesn't have a lot of love, and it would be awesome if it could be put on Steam, but that does require a whole bunch of other paperwork and whatnot, so it's a lot more complicated than it seems. You can't just sit here and be like, we want it on Steam now. It's not a quick process. Especially as well when you consider the rivalry between Epic and Steam, it's not always going to be let's go right to Steam because that is the place to be. Things are changing, the games industry is changing in terms of the platforms that we use to showcase our games, and Valve, as we know, is being challenged. So who knows where that's going to lead in the future, especially for this project, and whether or not it would be a better idea to go with Epic rather than Steam. But what do you think? Let me know about that one in the comments below. It's kind of an external thing. What do you think about the whole Valve being challenged and, Epic upping their game as well? And what do you think of the recent Steam Sale Grand Prix? What was all that about? I honestly don't know. It's still going on. You can still buy stuff and get rewards, but it just, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be getting much love. Same with Valve at the moment. They're not really getting that much love. But I'm getting off topic here. 6 people are working on the Hogs of War Reheated project. 6. That's all I'm going to say. 6 whole people. Now, to put that into some perspective, go ahead and look at the original credits for Hogs of War, and you will see just how many people were involved in that. Yes, this is just a port. Yes, it's a remaster for the PS4, but these guys are taking on the main bulk of the game. Luke Melville, who is of course a part of the Reheated project, has already said that they won't necessarily be able to get 100% of the game into this remaster, and that's, completely understandable. Speaking from experience as well, you guys know that one of the games I've worked on for Sega was Daytona Championship USA. That is a racing game, and obviously racing games are completely different to strategy games, but at one point we had 10 people working on the game, and that was just QA testers. That was just people sat playing the game every day. I mean, that was pretty awesome, I have to say as well. That's one of the biggest projects that I've worked on so far, but that's, not counting the additional developers, the sound guys. There's just so many different areas of an individual game project, and these guys are taking on everything all at once. They may get additional help here, there and everywhere because they've got Jacob to assist them, or help with code related stuff as far as I'm aware, but yeah, it's just a huge undertaking, and I have to tip my cap to them because everyone would love something like this. Everyone has always asked in the community, when are we getting Hogs of War 2? When are we getting, something new that is based on Hogs of War? And it keeps that core, I guess, theme going of World War 1. And, I've talked about this before, about the original themes and stuff. And the main issue, or the main speed bump that will come later on, will be, will it be ported to PC? And that also brings up the main point of the community, or just, us as gamers are never 100% satisfied. There's always one other avenue that needs to be covered before everyone is happy, because obviously not everybody has a PS4, not everyone uses console, so that means that not everyone in the audience is happy. But that is just an unfortunate fact of the games industry, but hopefully it will be discussed further on down the line. But I must emphasize the fact that this project is still in its infancy, it's still in its early stages, so there is just a lot going on. One of the biggest pieces of news that I mentioned the other day was the fact that there won't be any online multiplayer from this remaster, which is unfortunate because it would allow the game to just go in multiple directions. You could do so much with it, but it is incredibly complex, and it would add on just an additional 6 months worth of testing and ensuring that networking is a-okay, not to mention the fact that it is incredibly complicated trying to sort that on a console. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's way more complex compared to if it was done on PC. As many of you may know, in the Hogs of War Discord, we've been constantly trying to find ways of playing online multiplayer on the original console version on emulators. We've come across Parsec, which is perhaps the closest we've gotten so far of having a fairly functional method. Basically, if you have, say, 4 players, then one person hosts on their PC and the others are able to see that person's PC, but they don't have control of it until you go into game. You set up your key bindings either on your keyboard or on your controller, and you play as you would if you were in the same room as that person, but you have control when it is your turn, obviously, on your controller. So we're still trying to iron out the kinks, because it is only accessible, it only supports, in fact, Windows 8 and Windows 10. So those of us with Windows 7, i.e. me, aren't actually able to host games, which is a little bit frustrating, but there are many people with Windows 10, which is cool. Many people as well who suffer from being able to run the PC version of Hogs of War on Windows 10, so that would also come in handy. But yeah, I definitely give it a look-see. It's called Parsec. The link to it will be in the description, and I definitely recommend checking it out if you have friends overseas or friends that aren't in the same city or the same room as you, and you want to play Hogs of War online. Eventually, when we have a functional, like, step-by-step guide of how to do things, I will make a tutorial, or someone will make a tutorial, and it will be known to the rest of the community, because that is, you know, kind of my method at this point. As soon as I know something, I make a video on it, let you guys know, and then everybody knows, and it just gets the word out there. So alongside Discord, as I keep barking on about in every single video at this point, but only because it is becoming the central hub for everything Hogs of War, alongside the Steam discussion forums, of course, that is sparking up a lot of talk these days, which is good to see, because it's nice to have other avenues, other places to go and discuss things. There is also a Reddit page for the Hogs of War community. It is quite small, it's only got 18 members, but do go ahead and subscribe to that page and keep updated. I do post on there sometimes. It is kind of dead over there, so I wouldn't mind giving it some love, and hopefully grow up the membership as well. The Discord is growing in numbers every day. We're approaching like 70 members at this point, so we're making good headway in terms of gaining support. And obviously, as I've stated, we do have Jacob Habgood and Luke from the Reheated project, as well as, you know, Jacob being one of the original developers for the game, which is awesome to see. So if you have any particular questions, any hankering questions, you know, we're kind of building bridges here, which is cool to see, both between the guys on the Reheated project and some of the original guys who worked on the original Hogs of War. So please do come and join if you are interested. Don't be shy, because we're always open to new people and wanting to build this community and make something from it. So because Hogs of War Reheated is in such an early stage, the main questions we should be asking at this point in development is, how are things going to look? What is the overall design going to be? My main thoughts are, what are the design of the pigs going to be? From the concept, they are looking very cute, I have to say, and I do remember there being like a cute version of Hogs of War at one point when it was, you know, when the original game was midway through development. They went through like a cute stage of having like rosy red cheeks, but in the concept for Reheated they have like these black eyes, which sounds creepy, but they look kind of cute. But that is just concepting. From the early videos that we've seen as well, they are just single block models. Whether or not those will be kept, who knows. I mean, they're kind of like little toy soldiers, because they have like these main bases, but I'm guessing those are only going to be temporary, probably, because, you know, the animations are being worked on, as you can see as well from early tweets from Jacob as well. There are early rigs that have been taken from Atua Soccer, which I never played, but they're able to program those, which is awesome, and I hope that they are able to release some form of 3D model soon, so we can kind of get a graphical understanding, because at the end of the day, we're able to base everything else around the main character models themselves. Once we can see those, we can kind of get a feel for the overall game and go from there. Again, I know this is only a port. People have been saying to me, oh, you know, it's only going to be about the graphics, but again, if we can have some kind of influence as a community and, you know, give our input in some way, shape or form, because these guys are listening. We've got Luke in the Discord, like I said, so it's not like he's going to completely ignore everything we say, but we also have to know where we stand, in that we can't put our noses into everything because this is a life project, there's a lot going on, and we don't necessarily want to get in the way. But overall, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap everything up for this podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Just a short one today, expanding upon some of the original points I made in my previous video. I will, of course, be talking about Reheated in future videos. As I said, I intend to update you as much as I can and go from there. In the meantime, I hope you can let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, do you think it's good, and do you enjoy this project? Are you looking forward to it? What do you think about the community and our expansion plans? Let me know everything you have to say, and I will read every single comment as I always do. I've had a good weekend, and I thank everybody for the birthday messages. I am now 24 years old, feeling old as always, and not necessarily ready for the week ahead, but I am ready to sit down, chill, and make some more videos as always. So plenty to come this week. It has been very warm as well. I don't know about you, wherever you are in the world, it has been very warm here in Britain, so not really enjoying the summer too much. But I hope you guys can check out some of my other videos as well, and my previous podcast episodes, and I will catch you all later for the next one.